Hello, beautiful boys and girls. How is your glow up going? Mine is going just fine. I did not do a single workout this week. I did yoga yesterday because I had the energies when I got back home from work, but like it's a disaster. It's just because of work, because I really want to do that and then I do everything around and then I go to work and then I come back home at 10 p.m. and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a workout, and then I eat and I can't do a workout because I'm full, and then I go to bed. So that's really bad. But yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Today is going to be day 2 of doing yoga after work. I cut my hair again. The last time I was filming, I didn't like it that much. I know I said I liked it 3,000 times in that video, but I did like it. I did like the length, but it wasn't just working out that well, and I kept it again. I did it myself. I watched a Brad Mendo video and I cut my hair myself. I did it very professionally with the hair bands and everything, and now I have those. I don't know what it's called. It's very sweet, but I like my hair better now. It works a lot better. Also, I didn't wash it for 3 days. I was supposed to wash it today, but I'm going to the beach tomorrow, so I didn't want to have to wash it 7 times this week. So look how good it looks. Like, I didn't wash it for 3 days. I could never. Anyways, today I'm gonna tell you about the history of my face. I know it looks wonderful. It's because I'm wearing makeup. Yeah, I'm very happy with how it looks right now, because it didn't always look like that. Let's go back in time to when I was 10 years old. 10 years old me got bangs. I was very excited about having bangs. I know it's not the prettiest me ever, but back then I thought it was. I was very happy about those bangs. I was wearing them proudly. I just didn't realize that when you're washing your face, you have to pin it up and wash your face underneath the bangs. 10 years old me did not realize it. My mom didn't know that I wasn't doing that, so that's how my night routine went every single day. I washed my face till here, and then from up here, I know it's disgusting, I'm so embarrassed to admit it, but I washed my face until my eyes, and then here it was just dirty and disgusting. So obviously that made my 10 years old skin, 11 maybe, probably 11 years old skin, to get pimples. It started on my forehead, went to my cheeks, and I looked like a teenager with angry skin at the age of 11, and that was embarrassing because nobody in my class had pimples yet. But I didn't really notice it. Like, I probably was too young. I didn't realize that it was ugly or bad or anything, but my mom did. My mom always had athletic skin, and she had pimples and she had blackheads and everything. And she was very conscious about it, and she didn't want us to have the same problem. So when it just started, she took me to doctors and she bought me different creams and stuff for my face to treat that. I didn't understand why back then, and then I slowly realized that it was looking bad and I was embarrassed. I was very ashamed of my face, and I hated those creams. Like, in the same time, I really hated all the treatments that she was giving. I was using such strong creams. I had to grow out my bangs, obviously. I couldn't walk around with those bangs hiding all this junk and dirt underneath it, so I had to grow out my bangs. I'm very happy I did it looking back right now, because this is not how I wanted to look right now. It was fun while it lasted. So it went to a point that my forehead, it actually looked like old skin. I looked old up here because those creams were so strong that it was burning my skin off. So that was a bad time, and nothing helped. Nothing helped. I still had pimples, I still had blackheads, I still have scars to this day. And I always said, like, I have a couple of friends who went to cosmetologists. I always told my mom that I wanted to go to a cosmetologist too, because my friend she was like, I can go with you, don't worry, it doesn't hurt. And I was like, yeah, I want to go, but my mom won't let me. And my mom always said that cosmetologists are bad because they were using the same tools on all of their patients, so it has to be dirty, which is funny because my mom is working in a hospital. My mom's a nurse, so she knows that they clean all those stuff really, really well between patient and patient. She always said that it will be expensive and I'll just pay all that money for them ruining my skin, and then I'll have to pay a lot more money to fix it again. So I was always scared, so I didn't go to a cosmetologist, and for such a long time I had like this thought that a cosmetologist is a bad person. That's so funny right now, but like, I thought that they were just taking money for not doing anything, so I didn't want to go to a cosmetologist later. And then I went to Poland with my sister. I went to Poland every year to visit my grandma for summer vacation. I was already 19. My mom was supposed to come for the last week of summer vacation, and she told me on the phone that she had a surprise for us and that she booked a cosmetologist for each one of us, and we're going to go together and get our face treated. I had the worst face of all three of us. It was me, my sister, and my mom. So I was the most excited probably. I was like, Mom, what happened? What's changed? How did we go such a long way? Because you always said that the cosmetologist was bad. She said that she read the reviews and they were really good, and she saw the pictures, and it's somewhere in Warsaw, so she trusts this place, whatever. Anyways, we went there. I got my face, like, she massaged me, and she put on some different stuff on my face, and she told me how to handle it, and we scheduled another appointment later. And then we went shopping with my mom, and it was very fun. It was a great day. So then I came to the next visit and the next visit. I think I had no more than 5 visits there. I didn't really saw a difference, but my face was in such a tragic place that I'm sure that I would have to go there for a lot longer to see a big difference, obviously. And it was very far away, and I didn't really like going there. I did like the cosmetologist, and I didn't feel bad or anything. And then the cosmetologist that worked there, she told me that she's switching jobs and that I'm going to have a different cosmetologist. And I was like, okay, doesn't matter. She does the work, like it's the same method probably. Then I was late for the next visit, so she didn't let me in, obviously. I understand that, and I just didn't reschedule a new appointment. So I just stopped going there the day I was late. Like, that's it. Like, I didn't care about it that much. I didn't want to go anyway. So I stopped. My face didn't look any better. It was still the same. So a year goes by. My mom told me again on summer vacation that she found a new cosmetologist for me and my sister. It was supposed to be more gentle because she worked with Korean methods, so for some reason it's supposed to be gentler. I don't really know a lot about skincare and stuff like that. Like, I only know what they told me, so I know that they were saying that it's like more gentle. But they were using acids on my skin, so I don't really know if that's that gentle. Probably not. Anyways, I trusted them. I went there with my sister. It was a very fun day, and I had one cosmetologist, my sister had a different one, and we had our treatment together. It was very nice. And the first thing I told her, I didn't really care about the pimples that much. I just told her that I didn't want to have blackheads, because that was what I hated the most about my skin, because pimples just came and went, but the blackheads, they were there all the time. I couldn't hide them with my makeup even. It was just there all the time. I just wanted my blackheads out. And she told me, okay, we're gonna get to it. I just need to clear your face first from the pimples, because if I don't, what will happen is that I will spread them all over your face while taking out the blackheads. So I trusted her. She was doing everything she could to get rid of my pimple. And there I actually saw an improvement. I was happy to pay that money for that. I was happy to go to the city for that and get my skin done at that place. My sister stopped going because she came back home. I stayed with my grandma because I was studying there. And sometime later I wanted to schedule another appointment, and they told me that my cosmetologist isn't working there anymore. I don't know why, but she was gone. I said, okay, whatever, just like you can give me a different girl, like whatever, I don't mind. So they gave me a random girl. It was the worst cosmetologist I've had in my whole entire life. I think I had 5 in my whole life, and this one was the worst. She just spluttered stuff on my face. It was acids, and she just spluttered it like that on my face. Like, my eyes were there. My eyes and my mouth, like, and I had the worst burns on my face after a treatment with that girl. She told me that it will go away in a week, but after a week I still had scars from that. It just peeled off, and then I had red scars wherever I had those dots that she left on my face from that acid. So I didn't like her, and the next time I felt really bad for that, but I told them that I didn't want to have that girl doing my face again, and they gave me the one that was doing my sister's face, and this one was my favorite. It's a very big change. I loved going there. I think she was doing a great job, and I loved talking to her. We were talking for the whole treatment, and she told me how she got married, and she told me when she got pregnant. I really felt like she was my friend, and she was doing my face like at the same time. It was wonderful. And then she got pregnant, and coronavirus started, so they closed the salon for that time, and I planned to go back there for the whole time that it was closed. I was like ready to go back whenever it opens again, but my skin was already looking so much better. I still had the blackheads because they didn't want to touch it, because they wanted to clear off my face first, but my skin it wasn't that red anymore. It was very white, it was clear, because I only had pimples coming here and there. It wasn't like all the time anymore. It was glowing, it looked a lot healthier, and I was very, very happy about it. I did feel finally like I have a face, like my whole face is not just pimples and redness. It wasn't like before that anything I did with my face irritated that much that I had my whole face with pimples after one touch. Like I could really use face masks and use not medical creams anymore, and that was very exciting for me. Like this was a huge step, because I was 21 at that time, and think about it, because since I was 11 until I was 21 I did not have a clear face once, and I was super excited and super happy about my skin. Summer vacation came. I still hadn't go back to that salon because it was still coronavirus. It had a lot of problems and I was going somewhere on vacation, so I just had the face that I had before, and I was very happy about it. I didn't need a lot more than that. It looked good with makeup and the pores weren't that bad. We could see them, but it wasn't like too bad. I didn't like it, but not everyone saw it, so it was fine. I went on summer vacation with my cousin. It was great. I met a lot of new people. I have a lot of new friends after that time, and yes, I looked a lot more beautiful than before and a lot more confident than ever before. My makeup finally started looking good on my face. For the first time in forever, I was looking great. I came back from summer vacation and I decided, okay, now I'm not going to the beach anymore. I'm not going to be in the sun all the time, so I can finally do something with my face, and I'm going to get rid of those pores. And since the cosmetologist doesn't want to do it for me, I will do it myself. I'm wonderful, I'm great, and I can do it. I cannot do it. Spoiler alert, do not do that, do not try. Go to someone that you trust to do that for you. What I did, I saw a TikTok where the girl was talking about those oil plugs, right? You remember that. She was like massaging her face with an oil and it was pushing all the pore blocks out. I didn't just see that TikTok and then went and did it. I actually did a research about it. I read about the oil that she was using. I was reading what oils were best for my skin. I was reading how to do that and everything. I really did my research. So I bought, I don't know how to pronounce it, jojoba or jojoba oil, whatever. I bought that because every place that I read, it said that this oil can't do any harm to your skin, that it's good for any type of skin and anyone can use it. No one's allergic to that. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true. So I used that. I bought it especially for that. I used that on my face and I did see the oil plugs coming out. Obviously, I washed my face before. I dried it off with a paper towel because my cosmetologist always told me not to use normal towels on my face, so I dried it off with a paper towel and I started massaging. I did it very carefully. I did it just like in the video and it started coming out. My face was very red later and my muscles hurt. Not my skin, but my muscles were painful because I was pressing and squeezing it so hard, to understand that. And I thought to myself that, okay, I will use it just a couple of more times and then it will just clear my skin off completely. And the next day, I was out of face cream. So the next day, I went to buy a new one. And I was using that face cream, or I got it from my friend. And since I couldn't use different creams than the medicals that I was using till this day, I really liked it. It was a lot less expensive than the other ones. It was not too drying my skin, was not making my skin oily. It was very hydrating and I loved it very much. So I wanted to buy the same one. But the store was out of that, so I bought a different one. I bought this one and I thought it will be very good. It was also Korean like the other one and I used it on my hand. It made my hand very soft. I just bought it and I came back home that day. I put it on my face for a night. I went to sleep. I got up the next day and I was stoned because my face, every time I get up in the morning, my face is so oily. It doesn't get that oily anymore during the day, but when I go to sleep and I get up in the morning, my face is so oily. That's just incredible. I don't know why. But that day I woke up and my skin was not oily at all. It was so soft, it was so pretty, and I was very happy that I finally found a cream that is so good for me. I was very happy. I washed my face again, put that cream again, and I did what I had to do that day. After lunch, I lied on the couch in my grandma's house, and that couch is like bumpy, so I had my face on that. And then when I got up, because I wanted to film a video that day, I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I saw that my face had like little red bumps all over it. And I thought nothing of it because it wasn't itchy or anything, and I lied with my face on the couch, so it's probably just my skin getting the shape of the couch. And I washed my face, I applied my makeup, and that was another mistake that I did because I thought that since I'm only filming the video and then I'm gonna get back into the house, wash my face, that makeup is just going to be on my face for that hour or so in the time that I was filming, and it doesn't matter if it moves or if it doesn't move, if I get oily or not, because people are not going to see me anyways. It's just a video. video. I used my old foundation. It wasn't expired or anything. It was just one that I bought before and I didn't really like it. I stopped using it. I bought a different one and that's it. Like, it wasn't like old or bad or anything. And I did my makeup. I looked very, very nice right back there. This is how I looked. I loved it very much. I went out. I started filming. I did the video. And when I just finished, my friend called me and she said, "Do you want to go for a walk?" I said, "Of course. I'm already wearing makeup. I'm already dressed. I can go wherever you want." I came to her house, talked a little, we went for a walk, came back home to her house, talked more. I was there until about 1 a.m. with that makeup and that cream on. And I asked her, "Do you think that my face is getting like red or weird?" Because then it was starting to itch. And I did see that the bumps grew a little bit more and it was red all over my face. And I looked at myself in the mirror in her house and I was like, "Do you think I look weird?" And she was like, "No, I think you look like always. You should just get home, wash that makeup off and just put your cream and go to sleep." This is what I did. I washed my face very well, cleaned off my makeup of course, put on the face cream that I bought 2 days ago and went to bed. And I got up the next morning and I had a very wet skin the next day. Like, I didn't even have a lot of pimples since I stopped going to the cosmetologist in March when they closed everything for quarantine until the end of August. In all this time, I only had a couple of pimples here and there. And the next day, my whole face was covered in red bumps. Obviously, I stopped using that cream. I started using an aloe vera cream that I had in my house before. I don't know why I didn't use that one before and went and bought a new one. That was a very big mistake, but I thought to myself, okay, so I'm not gonna use this one today. I'll wash my face normally and it will come back to normal in a couple of days. It didn't. It only got worse. So my face was looking like that and like that, and I was feeling so angry. I had it. I had the skin that I wanted. I had everything that I needed in my life. And then I just ruined it. I just took it and ruined it like that. My mom kept saying that, "Don't worry, it will go in a couple of days. It will be done," or anything. It didn't go away. It was just like that. And my friends were like, they were trying so hard to not make me feel bad, but I felt so bad. And I saw their looks when they were looking at me. I couldn't even wear makeup over it because it was just spreading so quickly and it was so itchy all the time and I couldn't touch it because I didn't know what is going to happen if I touch it because it wasn't normal pimples. It was a different thing that I've never had, and that was when my skin looked the worst in my life. It was looking a lot worse than before the cosmetologist. It was looking a lot worse than when it all started when I was 11. It was looking the worst. I didn't go to a cosmetologist again because I still had a lot of trips. I had no time at all for that. They had such huge queues because everyone that didn't go through quarantine wanted to go now. And then I had another trip with my cousin. We met some friends that we met on summer vacation and I was so embarrassed because they saw me in my best state. They saw me finally with clear skin and looking beautiful, and then I came back and they saw me one more time looking like a monster and I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't even wear makeup. The only thing that I think helped me was my friend's sister. She had a very, very bad skin before. She told me that I should buy zinc capsules to put in water that dissolves in water. You just drink it and it's supposed to dry off all those things on your skin. And I did it and I did feel like it was working a little bit. It wasn't like magical, but it did dry them off. At least I didn't have the white ones. Ew. But my mom told me not to use that too much because it could do wrong to your kidneys. So I didn't want to use that too much. And I remember that after about a week, it was a week or 2 weeks after that started, I was sure that it was gonna be gone in 2 weeks. And my friend from a different city came to Warsaw. So my cousin and I were supposed to go and meet him in the city. I knew about it before, so I was like, my face is going to heal until this day of the meeting. It wasn't, so I couldn't wear makeup again, and I went there feeling very bad, looking like a monster. My cousin was so beautiful wearing makeup and all. That guy, he's very nice, but he doesn't filter his thoughts, so he just told me, and I told him before that I look very bad because I have an allergic reaction on my skin, and he goes, okay, it's fine, it's whatever, I'm not gonna even notice, I'm a guy, I'm not gonna see that. And I came there and he was like, I'm sorry, but you look terrible. I knew I looked terrible. You didn't have to tell me that. I told you that before. That was mean, but that's fine. Yeah, so I was just continuing my life looking like that, feeling very unhappy and very embarrassed. And my mom told me that she started going to a new cosmetologist in Israel because that's where my sister lived. They were going there to a cosmetologist, and I was supposed to come. I didn't know if I will get there because of coronavirus and all the flights were getting cancelled all the time, so I was very scared that I will miss that trip. I really wanted to meet my family finally, so I really wanted it to happen, and it did. I got to Israel. I had a quarantine for 2 weeks after the flight and everything, and then my mom scheduled an appointment for me for hair cosmetology, and she told me that this woman was magical, that she only had 2 treatments and she already looked like a completely different person. So I was very excited, especially that my face was looking terrible and I was desperate for anything. I went there finally. That woman yelled at me so hard for what I did to my skin. She really told me never ever to read anything on the internet again and never use it on my skin. She told me never to buy creams that I don't know, and she started doing my skin, and it really was a huge difference between treatment and treatment. I tried to only use what she gave me, the creams that she gave me and the soap that she gave me. I love the soap, and she is very proud of me. She keeps showing me off to her other clients, so I'm very proud. But I don't think she realizes it was an allergic reaction. It wasn't like my face normally back then, but it's still very nice of her. I do pay a lot for that. It's a lot more than I would want to pay, but I'd rather pay that at once and finish it and never do that mistake again. So in conclusion, my advice is to never use something that you don't know. Never use cosmetics that you're not sure about. Don't use something that you've never heard of. Ask a professional. Always ask a professional. Don't do something just because you read about it in the internet. It's not always true. By the way, after I did that face massage with the oil, I read that European people should not use oil on their skin because their skin is a lot thinner and it can't handle oil. A lot of people get allergic reactions from using oil on their skin also. Don't mess with your face. Don't do anything to your skin unless you really do know what you're doing. TikTok is not the best source. Yeah, and just like I said in the last video, you can splurge on your skin. It's okay. You don't have to buy the cheapest thing that you find. You shouldn't buy the cheapest thing that you find. Thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you liked it too. Keep going with your glow up. I will try to do that too. I have to get over myself with the workouts. Stay beautiful.